Hey everyone! Today, just a couple minutes ago, I finished watching the next episode of Street Sharks. What was the name of this one? Shark Bite. Yeah, for some reason, even though the first three episodes are all connected, they have different titles. So the first part is Shark Bait, then Shark Bite, and then Shark Storm. I remember I can't remember if it was the tape I had when I was a kid or somewhere. Oh, and now I remember. It was, let's see. The Gene slamming begins, and then colon, shark bait, shark bite, the other one, shark storm. So yeah, that's how they divided it was really weird. I don't know why in the world they did that. The titles for Street Sharks are very interesting. I'll get to that once I get to the later episodes out of the premiere episodes. Let's see, this one is really interesting. It starts off with a recap of the previous episode, and it's really good until the actual episode starts, and then it feels like we just skipped a whole bunch of stuff. The last episode ended with they've defeated Paradigm and the mutants, and now they're surrounded by tanks. This episode begins with Paradigm has them. So I guess the military caught the sharks and then gave them to Paradigm, which... Why? Like, what authority does he... I guess he has authority. Which would explain a lot, and especially later on in the series, it explains a lot that he, like, already has, like, this preset authority over everything. So, whatever. And the next scene... Wow, I was surprised, like, how, like, dark and tense it is. Like, it doesn't last too long, and it's still in silly, cheesy Street Sharks, but, yeah, as a kid, like, it was really easy to, I don't know, take this seriously, because it seemed to take itself seriously at times, like this. Let's see. Paradigm has all the Street Sharks gassed, unconscious in this other room, except for, Coop, the big orange one. Yeah, they don't all have their street shark names yet, so I'm just gonna call them by their human names. He has Coop on this table, and he's planning to vivisect him. Yeah, vivisect poor Coop here. He measures his body, and then he, like, takes a scalpel, and just then Lena pops up, and she's like, "Hey, Dr. Paradigm, you said I could be here." And he's like, "Oh, yes, Lena, come on down." And then there's a really weird thing. She calls him a twisted chromosome. Alright. So then she goes down, and, let's see. Oh, yeah. Then she goes into the operating room and says, "I gotta get my scrubs." And then leaves. I mean, she goes out the other door, so is that the only other door leading to wherever the scrubs are? Because that's just terrible building layout. They really should have thought that through better if this was going to be a lab where surgeries were conducted. I'm thinking probably too deep into this, but, I mean, that is kind of the point. Anyway, she gets the scrubs on, then she goes over and tells these security guards that the sharks escaped, and then she goes in and frees the rest of the sharks. They rampage through, and they free Coop, and they get rid of all the security there, and then they slam Paradigm on the operating table and threaten to vivisect him. Yeah, really. And, like, they even take the scalpel, and they probably would have actually started if the security hadn't broken in, and then they leave. Wow, that was a crazy beginning. So then, anyway, John Bolton, let's see, the blue one there. Huh. You know, I just noticed that, like, nobody is, like, center of this. So that's kind of cool. Like, John here is kind of the de facto leader of the group. He's the one who is usually, like, front and center. But yeah, he's not, like, on the center of the bottom. Nobody's really the center. So I like that. That's a neat little thing. Anyway, so they're escaping, and he rips through this big metal door, and Ben's outside sees it, and he's like, "Wow, dude, you're the Ripper, the Ripmeister, the Ripster." And then John's like, the Ripster. I like that. I like it. So he gets his shark name in this episode. Nobody else does. They save it for the next episode. I think. I don't remember. I haven't seen this in a long time. But anyway, let's see. They all pile in Ben's van, and they're evading the police. They drive off a roof, and then it's revealed the van has jets. Alright, so then they land on another roof, and then bungee jump into a dumpster, which leads into an underground steam tunnel. And then they go down the steam tunnel, and Ben's has his own little secret man cave down there full of workout equipment and TV and stuff. Alright. And the sharks are like, whoa, dude, what is all this? And I thought that was kind of weird, and I never really thought, or I did think about it as a kid, actually, because I was like, yeah, wasn't Ben's supposed to be, like, their buddy or something before all this happened? He had all this stuff, and he never thought to show them it? Like, does he keep it secret? Lena doesn't seem that shocked by any of this, so did she know about this? Then again, when she asks to leave, she doesn't know the way out, and Ben shows her, oh, there's this little button here, and it opens the wall, and it leads to Ben's shop, which is like, I don't know, like a garage or something. And then he also says that, there's a secret entrance in the back of the comic book store next door. Alright. So anyway, oh, and this is an interesting thing. Let's see. Oh, yeah. When they're down there in the man cave, Lena mentions about Dr. Paradigm, and the weirdest thing that's always stuck with me here is he graduated college at the age of 9. Alright? 9. Like, he's definitely weird. He's pretty old, too, and this was 1992, so, he would have been 9, like, he looks to be, like, in his 40s or 50s, maybe? Like, late 40s or maybe mid-50s. So, yeah, it would have been 1940s or 50s that he was 9. So, I'm not sure what colleges were like. But, yeah, I'm guessing they probably weren't anywhere near, like, as complex as now. He probably could have just bought his way through. Who knows? Whatever. Or he must have been smart to, like, surpass, like, elementary school, middle school, high school, go straight to college. Whatever. I'm getting too far off topic. Back to this thing. Oh, yeah, there's a TV playing? What is it? Oh, yeah. Ben's turns on a TV. Excuse me. And there's a news report on about the sharks. And there's this news reporter who says, what was it, genetic scientist, John, or was it, crap, I can't remember what the name of the father is. What was the father's first name? I don't remember. Anyway, they put up a picture of the father, and while the reporter is talking, she, like, looks over and goes, and gives it a dirty look. Dr. Bolton. Like, I don't know, is that unprofessional, or is that, like, playing into what the media wants to demonize this guy? Whatever. This enrages the sharks and begins a running gag where they would eat the TV when they got mad. Yeah. So then Lena tells them, hey, okay, you guys are probably hungry. You want me to go out and get some food? How about some pizza? And they're like, pizza, yuck, ugh, no. And as a kid, I didn't get this. It was just such a weird scene because I didn't really know Ninja Turtles that well. I definitely didn't associate Ninja Turtles with pizza because, like, I was born early 90s. Ninja Turtles were kind of winding down in popularity. Like, pizza is like the classic thing for Turtles, but Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I just wasn't that aware of it because I wasn't really into Turtles. I had seen a few of the cartoons when I was a kid, but none of them really had pizza as, like, up front and center in the whole show or whatever. Not like it's joked about now. Anyway, I didn't see the movies. I wasn't really reading the comics yet, so yeah, I didn't really know much about Turtles. So this weird line about them not liking pizza just completely mystified me. Anyway, Lena says that she'll go out and get some burgers and shakes, and the sharks are like, cool. And I remember somebody talked about this before. I don't know who. It was some old YouTube video, I think, where they were saying about, so the Ninja Turtles had pizza, the sharks had burgers and shakes, Sonic had chili dogs, 90s characters had horrible, horrible diets. So then, um, oh yeah, and this is a weird thing. Right after she leaves, Benz talks to the sharks, and he says, "You guys can go ripping up the streets wherever you go. If you're gonna be the street sharks, you need some primo wheels." And he takes his blanket off to reveal these vehicles that just happen to be there, unless he whipped them up in the time in between the tanks surrounding the sharks and him, and them getting handed over to Paradigm. Maybe, who knows. So then we cut from that to Paradigm. He's making a plan to recapture the sharks, and he settles on he's going to kidnap Benz and ransom him to the sharks. So then, let's see. Okay. Slash and Slopster, his two mutants. Let's see, Slopster's name has been said. I don't think Slash's name has been said yet, the swordfish. So anyway, they're fighting with the sharks, and it's an entertaining little fight. Then Paradigm comes down, and he uses this net gun thing to capture Benz. He gives his demands to the sharks and tells them that if you don't surrender yourselves to me, I'm going to inject him with, DNA, and gene slam him to whatever. So then, let's see. Oh yeah. So then there's another car chase with the police, and this was like kind of getting repetitive at this point. There are a lot of car chases in this, and I never realized it until now. But at least it does like spice it up a bit here with let's see, they lose the police, but they catch up with these couple of bounty hunters after them. And the bounty hunters set a booby trap, they crash their vehicles, and then they throw dynamite at these bridge supports to collapse it on the sharks. And so then the sharks, they escape, they Bugs Bunny a hole around the bounty hunters, and they fall right through the ground like a Looney Tune. But then, just then, there's like a train or something coming, and the bridge is weakened because the supports are gone. So the sharks are like, oh no, we gotta help them, and they quickly make some makeshift beams to support the bridge so the train can get by. And it reminded me a lot of that scene at the end of the original Power Ranger movie. The same thing happened, where the bridge went out, and the kids are on the train. Oh no, we're gonna crash! And then Tommy flies the Falcon Zord in, and lands it so the train can go right over that. It's the same thing, huh? Anyway, after that, they go to Paradigm to rescue Benz, and let's see, they turn themselves in, and even though they do that, Benz is still, he's still gonna get mutated by Paradigm. And let's see. Oh, and here's the other weird Ninja Turtle reference, and also an Usagi Yojimbo reference, of all things. I guess because Usagi Yojimbo was on Ninja Turtles a few times, but from what I know, he wasn't a main character. He was like, he showed up once in a while, like maybe in a couple of episodes. I don't even know how many altogether. Like, it wasn't a lot. Like, I'd be surprised if it was even like once a season or something. I don't think it was. Are there any Ninja Turtle fans out there who know how often Usagi Yojimbo showed up on Street Sharks? Whatever. Anyway, Paradigm is trying to decide on what kind of DNA to inject Benz with. So he cycles through stuff on his computer. And let's see, first up is a rabbit. Too weak. Then he zips that by. A turtle. Too slow. And then there's a rat. Too small. And then he comes to a piranha. Perfect. So then the needle thing is coming down to Benz. The sharks fight off Slash and Slopster. They break in. They mess up all the stuff. They save Benz. But then the syringe machine is going out of control. It's going all over the place. Oh yeah, and before this, when we see Paradigm and Benz, Paradigm has put on this crazy blocky suit, which, let's see, I have a toy up there. Let me go get that. Okay, so, Yeah, there's Paradigm's power suit, which, yeah, this is totally a practical thing to have. Whatever. So anyway, oh yeah, he has this clear dome helmet on. This bubble helmet thing. So anyway, the needle thing's going out of control, and then it somehow injects him because he took the bubble helmet off. Okay, so that made me wonder, is that an animation error, or was that like a mistake or something? I don't know, whatever. Very strange, I don't know. And I never noticed that as a kid. I'm so surprised. I must not have been observant as a kid or something. Because I never noticed that he had, like, the dome helmet on, and then he didn't, just so that the needle can conveniently inject him in the head. And it didn't even have to be in the head. Like, there's rubber parts, there's cloth parts to the suit. It's not all armor. So it seems like it could have, like, pierced one of those or something to inject him with the piranha DNA. So whatever. The sharks are threatening him to tell him where their dad is, and just then... Oh, and this is a time when the toy can come in handy. He mutates into his piranha form, and they're all like, "Whoa!" And then he flies into a rage. He's zapping everywhere, and crashing everywhere. And so the sharks and Benz they hide out in this other room, and then Paradigm locks them in. It turns out they ran into the what does he call it? Ultra Collider, where he'll, I don't know, do something with their DNA and turn them into monster zombies or something. Oh yeah, and let's see. So yeah, that's where it ends. Cliffhanger to be continued next episode, I guess. And I forgot to mention earlier on. Let's see, when he's planning on kidnapping Benz, and he has Slash and Slopster attacking the sharks. He catches Benz, and the reason the police come is because an alarm is set, and we see this like black fist smash through a window, and that sets off the alarm. And we don't know who did it, but let's see, that mysterious fist may have something to do with their father, who was mutated in the last episode, maybe. Could it be? Who knows? Whatever. So anyway, let's see, did I have anything written about this? Oh yeah, when Paradigm is mutated by the piranha DNA, Coop looks at him and says, "He's not Dr. Paradigm, he's Dr. Paranoid." Okay, Paranoid. I always wondered why Paranoid. Why not just Piranha? Whatever. It's a cool episode. On its own, it doesn't really work that well. It works a lot better when you're watching like all 3 premiere episodes in marathon or like the VHS tape and edited together into a movie. On its own, it's like a breakneck pace. A lot of stuff is going on. There's a bit more plot holes, like Ben's just happening to have the vehicles, which the sharks don't even really utilize that much during the episode. They kind of just abandon them in the middle of it to turn themselves into Paradigm. But anyway, yeah, it was a good episode. I liked it because I like street sharks. Like, I don't really have a lot to say about this one. This was a good one. So I'll end it here. See ya.